Hello everyone and welcome back. So I hope that you're all doing well and you're taking care of yourself. In this video here I want to talk about how the universe speaks to us. The universe, it speaks out to us through our experiences. So if we're having a positive or negative experience, the universe is trying to tell us something through these experiences. So if you're having something that is pleasurable, the universe is basically telling us that this is meant for you, this is good for you. And if it's something that is more painful, it tells us maybe that it is not meant for us, or perhaps that we need this to grow. We need to learn. There's so many experiences that we dismiss and we avoid, but the universe wants us to move forward. And if we haven't learned what we are supposed to learn from an experience, the universe does not forget this, as it knows that this valuable experience will serve us in the future. So it keeps on leading us to maybe the same negative experiences that we've been having in order for us to finally wake up, to learn, to grow. So this brings up another thing, that the universe speaks to us through repeating experiences. And until we learn what we need to learn, it'll keep on repeating the same experiences in different forms until that what needs to be learned is learned. So if you're, in a sense, caught in the same toxic relationships, the universe is trying to tell us something. It is not a sense of a punishment, but it is showing us what comes from these toxic relationships, and it's usually in the form of pain. And there's a reason why we keep on attracting these toxic people. I would say that another reason is because we have low self-worth. So if you don't believe that you're worthy of something good, you will keep on going for these toxic people. And until that we finally decide that our happiness and we are worth more than being taken advantage of, we are worth more than just having somebody that does the bare minimum, that until that we learn these valuable things, that these repeating experiences will continue. The universe is also communicating to us through mirroring, which is very connected to what I just said. That the universe will reflect how we feel about ourselves, and it'll reflect to us through different experiences. So if you have a healthy self-esteem, it'll mirror that. If you do not have a healthy self-esteem, it'll show us that we lack in a certain area. And often these experiences, or these ways that the universe talks to us, is often in a sense symbolic, so it's very meaningful to us. And if it was somebody else experiencing the same lessons or the same experiences, it would mean something different for that person probably. Because we all have unique things that have shaped us in our life. We all have unique ways that we see the world and ourselves. And true symbolic meaning or messages, the universe is able to get to us on a personal level where we will have to, in a sense, become calm, to really look at what this experience or these repeating experiences are trying to tell us. And like I said, what is meant for us will not feel, in a sense, like a terrible decision. What is meant for us will help us continue on our path towards growth, towards freedom. So if we're stuck in a situation where we don't experience very pleasant experiences, we can assume that we might not be listening. There are so many of us, and I am one of them, that we are so stubborn, and so often we would rather blame everyone else or life for our problems instead of looking at ourselves in the mirror. If we are able to look at ourselves in the mirror, then we will start to make sense of the things that are happening to us. Because as I said, the universe is a mirror of how we feel, of what we believe. So if you're experiencing very painful situations, it is trying to tell us something. And maybe it's because that we are not letting go of what we need to let go. And by that I don't mean necessarily that we need to let go of people, but maybe it is more beliefs that we need to let go. Our old ways of doing things, the old ways of how we see things. So again, all of this is symbolic and it is very personal. So we need to, when we start noticing something, it is very wise to stop and take note and try to see what is going on. Life will also speak to us through our failures and successes. It'll speak to us through our pain. And again, if we're experiencing pain, we will, in a sense, have to eventually pay attention to this pain. As in the book, The Body Keeps a Score, pain has a very important role to play as it records everything that we feel about ourselves. So if we have a lot of pain in a certain area, there's a very specific message for us. And until that we start examining this, we will continue feeling that pain. And as I've talked about in the shadow work part, that we are able to untie these knots that hold the pain. But in order to do that, we need to listen to what it has to say. So let's say your knot has a lot of anger, frustration, annoyance. The pain keeps record of how we feel, what we believe. And by making us experience the pain, we are forced to pay attention to what this pain is trying to tell us. And I would say another way that we have the universe talk to us is through our passions and our interest, as this is for you. These passions and interests are pointing us towards a direction where we can say that this is meant for us. Not just in the sense that it feels good, and because it feels good we should continue doing it, but also in a sense that we might be able to offer something very important to people. So let's say your passion and your interest is music and you're very good at this, that there's a good chance that you can turn this passion into a way of helping others, and at the same time you can rest assured that you will feel really good about providing this help, because it is something that is a big part of you, and that you can turn this into a career, a business opportunity, a way of serving the world. So if you have, in a sense, healed yourself, then you know very well on how you did that. That you can help other people that are experiencing the same thing. You can assist people in their healing journey as a sort of facilitator or a guide. And I will say that the universe is always talking to us. If we're able to become calm, to pay attention, that we will see that everything is happening in divine order for us to learn, to grow, to move forward, to become more connected to who and what we are. So, how do you feel that the universe talks to you? In what way have you noticed that there's things that are happening that is a specific message intended for you? And if you're starting to notice these things, I want to say congratulations. I'm hoping that you keep going on this cookie trail, as it usually leads to a very deep connection with who we really are and to life. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to ask you to say, did I miss something? Would you like to add something of what I just said? Or do you not agree with something I said? I'm always open to hearing what other people are thinking, how they see things. It helps me to become clearer, to understand better. Just by you sharing how you feel and how you see things helps me, helps a lot of other people. So with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Like if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. And until next time.